His Last Words by Kim Erickson. It is Friday, March 27th, 2020. We are on day 5. Day 5 is our reflection day, and I have the hardest time on these days because this is the day that I most miss talking to everybody. So we're going to turn to page 175 in our book, and it asks us to go through this entire week. So is it just me, or are we all going, how many days are in this week? Is it like a whole month? I forget. What did we learn this week? So every day I'm all excited about Bible study, and at the end of the week I'm like, was that really this week? It feels like forever ago. So tell me I'm not the only one. It says, read about what you wrote about God in each chart and write your thoughts here. Everyone's going to have a different answer. I wrote, he loves me, he chose me, he wants us all to live as one. It says, if God revealed something to you this week, write about it here. And apparently I got the most out of page 160 because I have so many notes from page 160. But I wrote, or that chapter, that day, I wrote, have faith. And I just kept hearing this. I've got this. I'm in control. Watch me work. And from God. And I just keep feeling like, and don't forget, you are the girl for the job. It says, if God reminded you of something you've been forgetting lately or showed you something that hasn't been part of your life for a while, write about it here. And in that, it says, if God challenged you to make a change in your life, how did he do it, and what change will you make? So even when I encouraged you all to take that 5 minutes and think about this, and one of the questions is think about your spiritual gifts, I'm all for that. I love, I love the spiritual gifts things, the Enneagram test. And I feel like there's a lot to learn right there. And I just keep sitting in this and things that would normally just like, there's this and this, and not like you're being prideful, but you have a good idea of what are your good things or your strong suits that you've been gifted with. This week I really didn't feel anything. And I was like, even the things that I would normally say, I'm like, I just don't feel it. And I don't know if it was just the week or this place that I'm in, but the one thing that just keeps coming back to me is bloom with joy. And my verse for the year is Romans 15:13, and I just keep hearing that verse and that phrase, and I've got to be annoying God at this point because I just keep saying, God, just fill me with your Holy Spirit. Let me bloom with joy. Let me overflow with your goodness. Let people see your glory through what I do. And the thing is the people who see what I do are this family, it's just the 6 of us. And if that's all the impact that I make, then that's a success. So that's just kind of where I'm sitting, and I'm just being honest and just telling you how I'm feeling right now. It says, there are really good questions on page 177. I strongly encourage you to do some journaling on this. It says, share your spiritual gifts with the group. We can have a comment conversation. I know someone's thinking about doing Zoom, so we'll see if that can work for next week, even if we just get together and chat. I'm not even saying we should do Bible study, but just to chat with people. How does it make you feel to be his? How does it make you feel to belong to the creator of all things, the almighty, all-powerful God? And he's the creator of this whole world, and I think we forget that. I just had the name and then I lost it. But the song King of the World, I just keep thinking about that. We are the ones who put God in a box. He was never meant to be in a box. And we need to remember he's the king of the world. And that song has really been just playing over and over in my head. How does it make you to feel cherished by the Son? So cherished that he would teach you, die for you, share his kingdom with you, guard you, pray for you, and love you. And that's just, when you just stop and think about that, it just blows me away. The closing prayer on page 176, so good. it just really spoke to me a lot, because that is my prayer, where it says, Lord, I pray that your joy will be made full in me so that others will see your divine love and joy in my life. And I have it underlined in notes and all the things. I just started this book, and it's Remember God by Annie F. Downs. The funny thing is that I've picked this book up from the library numerous times, and it was due again, and I still hadn't read it. I hadn't picked it up even, but I just really felt like I needed to read it. So I went to get it from Mel, the interlibrary loan, and I couldn't. And I'm like, it is so late. I need to return it. I'll just wait for it to come back. And I just felt like I wasn't supposed to. You ever, who feels like they should break the library rules? But anyway, I was reading in this morning, and I just started it. So I really like Annie F. Downs' podcast. That sounds fun. But this part right here I want to end with as we go into our weekend. But as much as I wish this were an easier story to tell, I also think this is where we were meant to go. We are just so much better suited living a life where He is in control and we are not. Christians love to talk about how God is in control. It's a kitschy thing to say, but it's a much different thing when you see the train tracks of your life are absolutely not going where you thought they would, and you can't do anything about it. So it's beautiful and terrible, and I'm scared. But I hear Him in the back of my mind reminding me that we finish every story we start together, He and I. It's actually one of the things God is really known for: finishing, completing, not leaving things undone. And that will be true here as well. The story of His kindness, the one I'm about to tell you, will have an ending. And by the time we get there, God will have done it all. And I will know it, and you will know it, and we will never forget Him. Remember that. Remember God. So hopefully I can read that this weekend. But we will be back next week. I took my bookmark out. 1 second. Next week, read John 18 through 21, and we're going to go through that. And it's a completely different setup if you want to look ahead. All along, we've been writing about every verse, and next week we're doing something completely different. So I will see you on Monday, right here. Maybe not on this couch, maybe outside, but I'll see you. Have a good weekend, everyone.